I wanted to go over a recent collection I bought before it gets locked up in my LGS's vault. I have yet to show any of my vintage sealed Magic collection on this channel, and I figured this would be a good time to get into how I make my purchases and how my Magic fits into my finances. First, I want to shout out to the great video done by Sean of Reserved Investments on YouTube. His recent video titled, "What Can a Game of Monopoly Teach Us About Investing in Collectibles and Other Alternative Assets?" is a great video, and I encourage you to give it a watch. The basic premise that I want to echo is that personal finance should have a foundation of stocks and bonds. There are risk-on assets like stocks, and there are risk-off assets like bonds. Much of personal finance is about shifting between risk-on assets and risk-off assets as you approach to and progress into retirement. If you don't have a foundation of stocks and bonds, whether it's in retirement or taxable investment accounts, you probably aren't ready to dive into alternative asset classes like Magic. But I think anyone that has a basic foundation of stocks and bonds can take up to 20% of their portfolio and put it into an alternative asset class like Magic. I won't get into Magic Finance 101 here because I'm saving that for another video and want to get into showing you the collection that I bought, but what makes scaling a collection possible is to buy these boxes at a fair price where I can expect to retail for a 20% profit over the course of the next 5 or so years. This is by no means a get-rich-quick business. If anything, I consider these boxes part of my risk-off, slow appreciation assets, but it beats keeping your portfolio in cash where it doesn't appreciate in value over time, and worse, gets eaten away at by inflation. Now, without further ado, let's get into looking at some vintage boxes. Alright, so this was the original box that I had bought from the seller. It's a starter deck brick of Ice Age. There are 10 starter decks in each one of these. At first I was a little bit concerned that the plastic doesn't come very far over these, but you can't actually access any of the decks in here. Then I found he had a second one. So I purchased this from him. I'd say Ice Age is one of the rarer sets, the more vintage sets that people are buying pretty frantically. I see people buying these all the time on eBay and other sites. It's a love set by many. And because of that, I went ahead and bought a ton of it. I bought a bunch of starter decks from the seller. By a bunch, I have 8 here. Each one sealed. They're all the same. Just like showing what vintage product looks like, because not everybody has these handy. Then I also bought from him booster boxes. These are less sought out than the starter decks and the bricks, but they are more common. And one thing is, usually I buy all really high quality product. I got a bit more of a deal on this one. You can see that the wrapper is a bit torn there, so it's not perfect condition, but all the packs are inaccessible. So anyone actually looking to crack open a box would like a little bit of a deal and a box like that. Here we have another box. This one is also a bit damaged. You can see a little bit of denting into the box there. And then this last one, as you can see, this one has a bit of a rip in it. Same thing though, pack's inaccessible. Now, on to Chronicles. Bought a Chronicles box. Chronicles is another set where people have been buying out the booster packs like crazy. I had 13 Chronicles booster packs for a period of a couple weeks, and I'm all sold out on those. People seem to like to crack a pack for memories, so people will buy 1 to 5 at a time. Usually not a whole booster box. I still have this one. Or sorry, I still have an extra one on top of this one that I bought. Then Legions. Got a box of that, not quite as old. And the granddaddy of it all, Alliances. This is one of the most beloved sets from back in the day. Has a lot of reserved list cards on it. Great box. Excellent condition. And not only did I get one, but 2 of those. So this one, you will see, has the old stamp from Cardamonde, the printer of the boxes of the cards. You'll see that stamp on some of their old product. A little face stamp. And those are my Alliances boxes. I did get one other box along with it. I'm less familiar with this. I guess it's a Dungeons & Dragons box. It just kind of came with it. It was a box from the collector's collection that came in with the collection. This one, it's damaged. He basically tossed it in for free, so I didn't really complain about the damage on this. But I will be listing all these on eBay. And I forgot to mention, I also got a tournament pack of Onslaught. This was around the time I, probably about the last cycle I had that I played before quitting and moving into poker. That's before coming back into Magic again later, and still in Magic now, obviously. And Lorwyn, which I never actually played. It looks like a cool set. It'll be fun to crack open some packs eventually of this. And yeah, those are the tournament packs that I have that were a little bit newer than the old ones I had bought. Thanks again for listening, and hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.